Kamaru Usman, the middleweight champ, taking on Jorge Masvidal, Gamebred. Usman comes into this fight 18-1 as a professional. He's undefeated in the UFC. His only loss was back in 2013, so it's been a minute. Tremendous wrestler, NCAA Division II All-American and national champ. Averages over 3 takedowns a fight. He utilizes his strength, his physicality, and his wrestling prowess to really out-grapple and just control his opponents. And now we know he's got sharp boxing too. That's continuing to evolve and looked incredible against Burns in his last fight. Jorge Masvidal comes into this fight 35-14 as pro. A ton of fights. He's got quick hands. He's got slick striking. He's got decent takedown defense, but he showed in that last fight that doesn't always work against a guy like Usman. He's had a recent resurgence, spectacular wins versus Till. Resurrection, yes. Spectacular wins versus Till, Ben Askren, Nate Diaz. But let's be honest. 3-3 in his last 6. He's coming off a loss to the man he's about to face, and it was a dominant decision loss. Usman outstruck him 94-66. He took him down 5 times, and while Masvidal did take that fight on short notice, so did Usman. He was training for Burns, who a little bit different matchup there. I think that Usman looks even better than he did in the first one. I think it's going to be a decision, but I think that he dominates Masvidal. He just tries to punish him. So I got Usman decision.
Yeah, man. There's one thing that Kamaru Usman has, even as a talented wrestler with that background, how athletic he is, and just a great fighter, and seemed like a pretty good guy overall. But he still has that chip on his shoulder. He's a dog.
Trying to prove a point.
And you can tell that the excuse making by Jorge Masvidal has gotten to Kamaru Usman, and I fully expect him to put on an absolute clinic.
Yeah.
He says, you like getting 50-45, or how about a 50-43? That's what I'm expecting. You're right. His boxing is getting much better under Trevor Whitman. His movement, his angles are now crisper than ever. His wrestling is always there, and of course he's going to start utilizing it more in this one than against Burns, because of Burns, you have to worry about the submissions. Of course, the only way that Masvidal wins this is by, he does hit hard, man. He's got 16 knockouts, in his career. So he's got some power, but
and Burns hurt Usman.
But the dynamic was different, like we talked about wrestler and the potential for submission and that kind of stuff. But Kamaru Usman, like I said, against Trevor Whitman, I think his boxing and his stand-up and his footwork and angles and head movement are so good. And then he can just go right back to what he does even better than those things, and that's the takedown, the clinch, and just total control. Masvidal has only been finished 3 times, and this will be his 50th professional fight. He's only been finished 3 times. I don't think Kamaru Usman gets him out of there. Masvidal is a dog, and he'll be there for all 25 minutes. And I think it'll be a better fight than last time. But even a better fight is a far cry from enough. Kamaru Usman comes in, proves a point, shows that he's still got that chip on his shoulder. He's the best fighter at 170 pounds, and it is not close,
and
really.
He's beat anyone close. He beat Colby. He's beat Burns. He's beat everyone he's beat a murderer's row on the top 5 there.
Kamaru Usman, the majority of his wins have been by decision, and Masvidal, like I said, has barely been finished in his 50 professional fights, so has decision written all over it. I go Kamaru Usman 50-45 once again. It'll be a little bit more exciting, I anticipate, with the full camp and all of that, but and the bad blood, but it's Kamaru Usman, man.
Masvidal might have some tricks up his sleeve, but
it's Kamaru Usman. He's such a complete fighter.
And he was able to recover after getting hurt in the Burns fight. He was able to
then stop him on the feet.
And then stop him. So like we said right after that fight, like now he can strike that.
He's terrifying.
You got to put the whole weight class on notice there. So excited for that fight. We're in agreement. Usman by decision.